On 3. 1, 2, 3. Watch the speedometer.
Watch the whoa.
Feel the power. The speedometer when it hits 60. Stop. Hey guys, thanks for watching Do It Yourself Bry. And today in this episode, we're going to be installing this Edge programmer on my truck. I've got a 2002 Chevy Silverado that I primarily use as a shop truck, but I also use it for towing and going camping and stuff like that. Usually I'm not a huge fan of programmers and things like that, just because being a mechanic, I've seen a lot of programmers beat the engine up a little bit more, maybe a little bit harder on the turbos, things like that if you have a diesel. So, I'm not a huge fan of programmers, but, Edge does a good job, and I would really like to check this out. I just bought this Edge programmer. They didn't pay me to advertise this product or anything for them. It's just something that I wanted to put on the truck and see, how it does. Alright guys, so there she is, the 2002 Chevy Silverado. We're going to put the Edge power programmer on this machine today. Alright, so you guys can see the miles it's on it. It's got 220,000 miles. We're going to install the power programmer on it and see what kind of power this thing actually reproduces. Alright guys, so you can see what's under the hood of this old girl. You got the Vortec 8.1 liter big block. Also a gas hog motor. I'm a big diesel truck fan. However, I was going cheap with this one and got the gas engine. So far I've been pretty impressed. It definitely doesn't compete with the diesel, but it does a pretty good job of getting that trailer to the camping spots. Alright, so hopefully it'll improve my fuel economy and towing power. That's primarily what I'm looking for out of this. It also has some stock with options. I've changed the tire size from the factory tire size to a little bit larger tire size. So I'm curious if this programmer is going to be able to adjust for the tire size. A lot of them out there you can adjust if you change the gears in your truck. It allows you to be able to adjust the speedometer for your correct gears that you have. And also when you change your tires, it allows you to be able to adjust so that your speedometer is a little bit more accurate. So that's another reason why I got this programmer. I don't even know if that's a feature that's in this one. We're going to find that out. This is a little bit older model. They've replaced this model with a little bit fancier one, but as far as the tuning capability, I believe it's exactly the same. I don't think they've changed anything from their later model as far as what it does to the tuning. But I think the newer model is a lot cooler looking, has a little bit more features and stuff like that. Haven't even opened it up. It says what you need to do is hook it up and update it via the internet to make sure that it has all the current settings and everything on it. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to test this in a couple different ways. One, we're going to test it to see what kind of fuel mileage actually increases, to see if there's any real power gains out of it. And then we're also going to test this thing towing. You guys are going to be able to see whether or not I get any gas mileage improvement, power improvement, if I get any improvement when towing. So stay tuned to watch the rest of this video so you guys can see what this actually does, and hopefully it'll help you guys in if you're thinking about buying an Edge programmer. Hopefully it'll give you information you need. Alright, so we've got the Edge power programmer here, and we're going to open up this thing. It says, I read somewhere online, the first thing you want to do before you plug it into your truck is you want to update it. So we're going to open this thing up, plug it into the computer, and get it updated. So we've got this EVO HT here from Edge. I was just looking on Edge's website, and the replacement model, this is kind of the old school model. You can see the display is a little bit different. They've updated the display. So the replacement model for this one is the GM EVO HT2. Looks like they're wanting $390 for the thing. It's designed to specifically give you the most power at the best price. So they claim that this thing's going to be able to tune the engine to make it increase the towing capacity and also increase fuel economy and things like that. Also allow some additional adjustability. So we're going to update this one here and download it into the truck, program the settings, and see what it does. It's the 4th of July, and we've got Captain America with us here too. He's going to also help us install this power programmer into the truck, and then we're going to see what kind of power that the truck gets after we do it, right, KJ? Sweet, bro. Whoa, dude! Captain America! Sweet, bro. Well, Dad's gonna get this thing updated here and see what it does.
It has things like going here. Then you pull this and then it flies.
Did you lose the things?
No, I just can't find them. They're just like in some of the...
Looks like it comes with some sweet Edge stickers, instruction booklet, USB cord to plug it into the computer. Alright, so in order to update the programmer, looks like you need to download a thing they call Spark Updater Tool. Alright, so it's gone through the downloading process. I'm just going to accept the terms here, install it. Okay, now it's saying to connect the programmer to the computer. So we're going to plug this in the USB port there. Okay, now it says it's checking, contacting the server. This may take a few minutes. Okay. Contacting. Well, so far it's just contacting, it's not doing anything. Not really sure what the problem here is. Okay, so first of all, I hit the update. I couldn't find any updates for a couple times, and then for whatever reason, after I tried it a couple times, it says now there's an update found. It says, would you like to update your device? I'm going to say yes. Okay, so now it says, please do not unplug your device. It's going through an uploading process here. It says it should take about 2 minutes. Alright guys, so this thing's still updating. It does say to not use, it does say to use a wired connection versus a wireless connection. On this computer I don't have a wire to it, so we're using a wireless connection. So we're looking at the screen here. It's saying another 26 minutes to update this. So yeah, it's saying you know, another 26 minutes to get this thing updated. I've already probably spent you know, 10-15 minutes through the process of updating it anyway. So you want to make sure you allow, you know, a good 45 minutes or so to get this thing updated. Kind of have that in mind of what it's going to take to get the programmer updated before you plug it into your truck. Alright guys, made it to McDonald's, got some food, and came back, and it says that my device is up to date. So after your device is updated, it's going to have a screen like that and says it's okay to unplug it. Alright, so one of the first things you want to do is locate the OBD2 connector and plug this thing in. Alright guys, so we got the Edge programmer plugged into the truck here, and we're going to go through the settings and tune the vehicle. One thing that's a good idea to do is make sure that you have your radio off, air conditioning off, you don't have anything on when you're programming your car's computer. If your battery's low or your battery's a little bit weak, it can affect the programming and there may be some kind of problem. It might run into an issue when programming it. Make sure your battery's good and charged before you program your computer. Okay, so one thing that you have to do, if you're going to change the tire size option, you have to go into the advanced tune. You can't do the quick tune. And being as I don't have the stock tire size on it, I want to change that so it's a little bit more accurate on the speedometer. But one thing I found out when I got into the programming tool is you can't enter in just the size. So if you have a metric size tire like a 265 or a 305 or whatever, compared to the traditional 31-10-50, you need to figure out the overall diameter in inches. So one way to do that, being as I have the Firestone Destination MTs on it, I'm going to go to Firestone's website.
Can you see it?
Okay, so I'm on the Firestone website here. I'm going to find a Destination MT. So whatever tire brand you have, just go to their website and they should have a specifications sheet. Okay, so I'm going to find my tire size, which is an LT 265 75/16 load range E. It says the overall diameter of my tire when it's new is 31.65 inches. So being as my tires are a little bit worn, I'm going to tune it to 31.5, and that should be pretty accurate. And it's going to go through some options here, and then it's going to bring up the ability to adjust tire size and whatnot, and that's what we want to do. So we want the extreme, or actually first, we're going to go with stock with options. The reason why I want to do this is I want to see how fast the truck is in stock mode. So we're going to go stock with options. We're going to change the tire size. And after doing the research online, I found that it's 31.5 inches. So we're going to hit continue, but it's going to change the tire size slightly from factory so that the speedometer is more accurate. Because I've put the larger tire size on there, it's going to basically adjust for that. So as far as the performance, it's not going to do anything to the performance setting besides change the speedometer so that it's more accurate. Alright guys, it's the 4th of July and we're going to take this truck out on the open road and see how fast it does 0 to 60 in stock mode, and then we're going to see how well it does in extreme mode. Alright, so we got the AC off. Rye's going to be our tester, she's going to be our timer. Keaton's back there being awesome. Okay, Rye. Get ready with that stopwatch. You ready? On your mark, get set, go! How long did it take? 12.12? Alright, we got the AC off. We're going to try this in stock mode a couple times so we can make sure we get an accurate reading as far as the time. Okay, you ready, Rye?
Uh-huh.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. What was our time, Rylan?
1382.
13.82 seconds. Okay. All right, Rye, let's do this one more time in stock mode.
Okay.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now we're going to retune the vehicle. We're going to go to the advanced tune. Get the ignition on, and this time we're going to do it under extreme and then check to see how fast our 0 to 60 changes. Alright guys, we've just installed the extreme tune. We're going to see if our 0 to 60 changes at all. Okay, you ready? We're at 0 miles an hour. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! I can feel the power. Stop. 12.55. That's a pretty good time. Pretty good time.
Where's the paper?
Where's the pen?
It went down there.
Oh.
I see it. I see it.
Well, just in our first run, I could feel a little bit of a difference.
I can feel a lot of it.
You can feel a lot of difference?
Yeah.
All right, Keaton, you got the camera?
Yeah.
Right, you got the timer? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Acceleration increased. Stop. Whoa, 10.53. Holy mackerel. 10.53 seconds. We just took 2 seconds off our best time with the Extreme Programmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for real. 2 seconds is a big deal.
2 seconds?
Yeah, 2 seconds. We took this from a 12-second 0 to 60, or almost, actually it was about 13 or 14, all the way down to 10.53. I'd say that's a pretty big increase. You know, and I could feel the power increase too. Can't you guys feel the power increase?
Yeah. When we started, like my face flew back.
Your face flew back?
Yeah.
Okay, reset the timer. You ready?
Huh?
1, 2, 3. Power. Burn. Get ready, ride. Stop. 1040. All right, that was our best time. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say we've taken about 2 or 3 seconds, maybe even more, time off of our 0 to 60. I can feel a pretty good increase in power, and definitely increase the horsepower. Alright guys, so we got the Power Programmer installed. We did a basic tune on it, did the extreme, and definitely took a couple seconds off of the 0 to 60 time. So stock, in the 3 test runs that we ran, it did 0 to 60 in 13.31 seconds. After we did the extreme tune, it dropped it down to 11.16. So it took 2.15 seconds off of our 0 to 60. Actually surprised me. I really didn't think it would improve it that much. Another thing we did is with the AC on at stock, it was about 15 seconds. So dramatically less, down to 11.16. In fact, our best time, our best 0 to 60 on it was with the Power Programmer at 10.40 seconds. So pretty awesome. I think the power did great. You guys are going to want to stay tuned to the rest of the video. You know, tow the trailer in stock mode and in the towing mode to see the differences there, see if we have any difference in fuel economy. And then we're also going to drive the truck in stock mode just around town and in the freeway, and then also put it into the fuel saving mode and see if the fuel mileage increases. So stay tuned to watch the rest of the video so that you can see, you know, all the benefits, see if the Edge product actually increases the fuel mileage and towing power. It definitely increased it to 0 to 60 power, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with it. So stay tuned to the rest of the video. Okay guys, so we got the boat hooked up. We're going to put the Edge programmer in towing mode and see what it does as far as performance and fuel mileage. First thing we're going to do is get some gasoline and see what kind of fuel mileage it actually gets. Okay, so we're going to get some 91 octane. We're going to fill it up. Alright, so now we're going to tune the vehicle for towing mode. I'm going to select the heavy trailer. .91 octane fuel is required, which we put in. Alright, so now it's building the file for the towing program, and it's going to set the computer to be able to tow. We're going to hit yes. Alright guys, we got the trailer tuned for towing mode, and we're going to take it out for a drive. I'm going to reset the odometer so that we've got 0 miles. I put a little over 8 gallons of gas in it to fill it up. What I'm curious to find out is, after towing the boat, what kind of fuel mileage I get in the towing mode versus the stock mode. So we're going to do the same drive, same exact drive, and determine the fuel mileage difference between stock and towing mode. Alright guys, so we're out on the open road, got the boat hooked up. We're going to see what the Edge programmer does in towing mode to see the power difference. We're going to check out the fuel mileage difference versus stock. Alright guys, we're just heading up the canyon here, and we're going to tow this baby up the canyon and see what kind of performance we get out of the Edge programmer in tow mode, and see what kind of fuel mileage that we get versus stock. See how this thing does. We're cruising up a really big hill here. Truck is going about 70 miles an hour and hasn't even geared down. We're just about to crest the top of the hill here, and you know, the truck hasn't even needed to gear down. So pretty impressed out of the power out of the truck. There she goes, had to gear down. Not too bad though, where we topped that hill at 70 miles an hour with a gas engine. You know, so I think the power programmer just allows it to have a little bit more torque. I just don't seem to be on the gas as much, and then also you know, it doesn't have to gear down, you know, climbing the hills. Alright guys, we just finished towing the trailer in towing mode. We're going to stop by the gas station and get some gas and calculate the fuel mileage, see what kind of fuel mileage we're getting in towing mode. Alright guys, with the Edge programmer programmed in towing mode, I was really impressed. Pulling the boat, it really had more power than what I was used to, and it got, based on my calculation here, 10.14 miles per gallon towing the boat with the Edge programmer in towing mode, versus it was just barely above 8 miles per gallon in stock mode. So we actually increased the fuel mileage when towing the boat 2 miles per gallon. So really impressed with that.